The dead, they say, lie in silence, but beneath the sand, beneath the stones, in shadowy catacombs. Something is moving. Not human, not a spirit, but ancient, watching, waiting. Across time, from the golden tombs of Egypt to the buried secrets of forgotten, legends whisper of creatures untethered by bodies, guardians of eternity, creatures carved into myth, but alive in mystery. These are not monsters of nature. They are warnings, etched in the fabric of our deepest fears. There is a story, passed from the tongues of grave robbers and whispered by those who dig deep. It speaks of the Assyric, a monster born of desert wind and moonlight. Shaped like a jackal with melted eyes, it prowls the perimeters of ancient tombs, oozing greed like blood. The ancients believed it to be a destructor of souls, not just a killer, but a devourer of memory, identity, an essence. Seeing it means forgetting who you are, forgetting why you entered, and not remembering why you died. In every culture, something waits at the doors of the dead. In China, stone lions known as Shichi guard the souls. In Central America, tales tell of feathered serpents coiled beneath burial mounds. In the dark temples of Sudan, archaeologists have discovered the skeletal remains of unknown animals with elongated jaws integrated into the walls, like petrified sentinels. Coincidence, or an ancient pattern that cannot be mapped? Some say these animals don't protect the dead, they besiege the living. Maybe graves aren't guarded to protect treasures. Maybe they guard the truth. Death isn't a door, it's a mirror, and these creatures are reflections of our fear, manifestations of fear that something is watching not from above, but from within. And when we disturb the past, we awaken what we've buried within ourselves. So the next time you're standing on the edge of an ancient rock, and your thoughts start to tremble, know this: some guards aren't meant to be seen, and some graves aren't locked to keep you out. They're locked to keep you in. They say there are two kinds of people in the world: those who knock on the gates of hell and those who don't. You only realize you belong to one group or the other when you hear that sound. A knock, not demanding, not impatient, but insistent, like it has somewhere else to be, but chooses to wait. Then the scratching begins. At first it sounds distintive, like static on an untuned radio. But slowly, as the minutes crawl by, it inches closer. Tapping, tapping, tapping. What is it trying to say? What does it want? The only answer is inside. But how do you listen to something you can't understand? What do you do when the knocking won't stop? When it becomes the soundtrack to your life? How do you go on living when the gates of hell are outside your door? Here's how. First, pretend you didn't hear anything. Live like the scratching wasn't your new reality. Act like the knocking never happened. That's what most people do. Pretend, after all. No one else can hear it. No one else knows. You're alone with the noise. So you live a life half-lived, glancing over your shoulder at the closed doors, wondering what's on the other side, imagining what might come out. That's hell. The second way is to knock back. Give the scratching its due. Tap back, scratch back, make it part of the rhythm of your life. Find the beat, dance to it, play with it. Out here, the knocks can't hurt you. You're safe. You're strong. You're in control. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Doesn't work. You haven't stopped it. You haven't made it go away. Now you have company, and that's the third way, the path less traveled, the one no one talks about. Open the door. Don't open the door. No one ever says, when hell knocks, the only thing to do is open it. Open the door to what? To the inevitable. To the truth. To yourself. Sometimes, the worst thing waiting for you on the other side is yourself. That's what the door wants to show you. That's why it knocks. Hell doesn't want to be let in. Hell wants to be recognized. Hell wants to be embraced. Once you let it in, it becomes your responsibility. You decide where it goes, what it does, how it grows. Outside, it's a force of nature. Inside, it's your choice. That's the deal. That's the risk. That's the reward. So, the question is, what do you choose? Do you pretend it's not there? Do you fight it till you're blue in the face? Or do you open the door and step into your own hell?